What is going on, everybody? Zach RC here, welcome back to the channel and welcome along to episode number 32, the final episode of the F1 2021 Driver Career Series, part of the double finale day I have planned. As of right now, the Prodigy is still in the editing phase, so we'll try and get that one out for you tonight if we can, but I'll do my best to try and get it out, but if not, then expect it tomorrow morning just before the start of F1 22, which drops tomorrow. So it's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the last round of the season, last race on this game, last race in this god-awful layout, so we'll get into this last race and see what luck it will bring us. Here we are now in the workstation for the start of first practice, as always, for the final time in his career, which has been a very, very enjoyable series. I hope you've enjoyed it along with me. If you are new around here and you're getting ready for the start of F1 22, make sure to like, share and subscribe so you can be right there for when the new episodes drop tomorrow. So we've got our emails as always, the last week in preview from Pierre, we've got our development updates come through as well. One of our aerodynamics upgrades failed last episode, we managed to fix that, but unfortunately it won't come through for the end of this season. And we've got our weather report as always. It's completely dry for the race, so we'll go towards the evening to night race in Abu Dhabi as it always is. Right, into first practice then, and we'll go for that same strategy we've been adopting in these last couple of episodes since in this late phase of the season. It's paid off for us so far. It didn't pay dividends quite last time, but hopefully that won't happen again. We've only got 6 minutes left now for this last one, track acclimatization. And we're out of time, so we don't have enough time left to do it, so we have to go race strategy. There's nothing here we can do. Time management, there's 125% chance when we can do. So last task of the session, and it's failed as expected. I would like to mention right now, I am also playing with a sore throat right now, so I'm doing the voiceover, so if I do get a bit scratchy at times, do bear with me on that. Into practice 2, let's see, try and get that extra one on track acclimatization now, get that one out of the box to start with, and then we'll go back onto our regular schedule. Back over to race strategy to get 2 of those under our belt. The 13-minute one here is a big chunk of the session gone. We've got 10 minutes left, we've got just about enough time for this powertrain discount one, and we do get one done as expected. So we are now 3 out of 5 on race strategy, and that'll be what we need for the time being. So we'll go for practice 3 now and try and get track management and track acclimatization if we can. I doubt we'll get all of them we actually need. There's 6.5 minutes to start this one off, and we do complete the first one no issue. And we've got just under half the session left, just under 12 minutes to go to try and get track acclimatization. We're going to throw it all in here in the attempt to get this one right here. We haven't completed it, but we have completed it, sorry, we're out of time. That's all we can do for now. So yep, we're out of time for everything. So in terms of what we've got then, race strategy 3 out of 5. Time management 3 out of 5, and track acclimatization 2 out of 5. The resource points we gain don't really matter much from this session. We've got about 1,000 each, well sorry, 500 each, so leading to that 1,000 for me and Daniel. And those development boosts getting applied now that we got during practice. Of course, as I said, those won't help us anymore because we won't be doing a second season. We'll definitely get more than one season done in F1 22. I can assure you that. We're doing my team starting for that series tomorrow, so as I say, keep an eye out for that. Now we're going to move back to the workstation, and we've got our driver acclaim about halfway through level 12 now, so we are closing it. I doubt we'll reach level 13 until the end of the season bonuses come in. We've got one message from Jeff, the last pre-race message. It'll be our last race in driver career with Jeff, so we're definitely going to miss him, that is for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much all that really needs to be said for this last pre-race build. So let's go to the final race now. It's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Welcome to the Yas Marina circuit for the finale of another thrilling Formula One season. It's been a breathtaking year, and we end it at a track that's been the scene of many glories and heartbreaks over its history. It's time to end the season in style. It's time for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The Yas Marina circuit, just over 3.4 miles long with 21 corners and 2 very long back straights. There are 2 DRS zones going into the heavy braking zones of both turn 8 and turn 11 and offer plenty of potential for overtaking. The circuit comes with its fair share of tricky corners as well, in particular 15, 16 and 17, which will certainly test a driver's braking management. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the rundown into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course, you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Bottas, Carlos Sainz, Cohen, Fernando Alonso, Vettel, Tsunoda and Sergio Perez. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Stroll, Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo, they've taken a grid penalty, and Giovinazzi. Russell, Latifi, Lando Norris and Pierre Gasly. Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
Let's aim for a strong finish to the season.
And that's the plan then, to end the season with a banger then. So we go, last round of the season, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix from P6 on the grid from McLaren. Not the best of qualifying sessions, but of course we've done better from further back, so I have to see how we can do in this Grand Prix today. I'll pitch Just G, I'm going to pit on lap number 6 and go on medium tyres for 8 laps to the end. I'm going to put lower fuel in the car as always. I was about to under fuel it, we don't do that. So we're going to jump in now to start with the final round of the season. The Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the final episode of F1 2021 driver career is underway. It's the best of getaway. Sainz got really well on our right hand side as he charged towards turn 1. Got really bogged down the start. Look at that. We have to go for a decent dive into turn 1. We have to stick up and try went to the inside of Sainz when they didn't quite make it. Side by side with now Fernando Alonso, our old teammate in the Alpine. Managed to get the better of him here. And this car is still very quick, and that's the important thing that we'll need to be dealing with tonight if we want to get on the podium, maybe even the race victory if we can. So, and in the first sector, still where we were at the start. Back down in P6. Sainz is our first real target in front of us. So let's try and get past him as quickly as we can here. We use some of the battery down this next bit if we can. That'll really help us try and get close enough to him. I have to wait there just for a little bit. I doubt we'll use it for now. There we go, sorry, we're going to make use of it. And making our way down that back straight in towards turn number 8. Still a decent way back from Sainz, about half a second behind, so there's no point going to sort of dives this early on in the Grand Prix. Not worth it in the slightest. He's got Leclerc just in front of him there. We've got a little bit wide off the curve there. Alonso could see fit to try and take advantage. I think we might just go to keep him behind us for the time being. He's about 3 steps back. Sainz about just over half a second in front of us still. So nothing much gain from the chicane now straight. On to lap number 2 now, a bit closer to Sainz. We use that ERS to try and close him a little bit more if we can. Try and make a move to the left hand side. If we can get enough room, we can squeeze in. We do squeeze inside. Up the inside, that's all we need to take 5th place away. So that's one of the cars down there now chasing.
Nice overtake.
So there's a very slim chance, a very, very slim chance to actually lose out to Ferrari in this. On lap 3 now, Sainz and DRS trying to go around there outside. He's got us briefly at the moment. We'll have to go brake on the brakes later than he does. And back up into P5 there, so the late braking definitely shouldn't much of an issue over the course of this race itself. Sainz back behind us here, we're still chasing Charles Leclerc in 2 seconds off the road, so we are losing time quickly.
Gap to car in front is 2.9 seconds.
He's spun off the track, I believe. I'm not sure if he's got damage or not, but you have to wait there for everyone else to go through. But unfortunately for him, we do still have Sainz on our tail, and Leclerc now 3.2 seconds off the road. So that last spot on the podium eluding us for the time being. That be able to catch him, to be honest, because they're already getting away by a decent amount. And with that DRS being especially helpful down these straights, and that will catch him tonight. Sainz making good use of that DRS once again. He can go around our outside, going into turn number 8 if he can. We're going to be on the inside there and over the curve a bit. Managed to squeeze Sainz, and then he's squeezing towards the curve again. So we hold on to 4th place, but Alonso's right there behind us as well. So making our way down this back straight once more and down towards turn number 11. We'll keep safe for the time being. On to the lap number 6 now. And we're going to make our way into the pit lane for our first and only stop of the race, last stop of the season. And we very nearly hit the pit wall there, so we managed to get away with things on that front. Into the pit lane, then we'll go on to a fresh set of medium tyres, like the McLaren team. Don't screw us one up. Into the pit box we come now. Now we've managed to get out in time, 2.7 seconds, so not too bad. Gasly though, just about coming out. We're coming out just behind Gasly, didn't lose any time. But if he'd been any closer, we definitely would have. We're down to P15 as of right now.
No more scheduled pit stops.
Half the race to make that back. Of course, a lot of drivers in front of us still need to pit, so we should be okay there. But that will gain much more time on Leclerc and the rest of the podium runners. Hamilton and Verstappen. So unfortunately, there I have to keep on pushing to try and stay out in front of Carlos Sainz. Going to lap number 7 now. Giovinazzi is out of the session, out of the race there. I'm not sure what's happened to him, but he'll be able to see here. There he is on the right hand side, out of the Grand Prix. So unfortunately, way for him to end off his series.
Daniel's in the
not a big
pits.
deal to us. We keep on pushing. We're down to 18 cars. Sorry, 19 cars.
Green flag. We're racing again.
Out. So yeah, Giovinazzi, the first retiree from the race itself, and making our way down the main straight now. We have to gain a couple more places to try and come out in front of both Sainz. And I think Sergio Perez has joined this battle. Yes, there he is. So Perez now further up front. Sorry, he's gained a place or two there. The world champion But now only just come out in front of him there, and Sainz is at a second and a half behind, but he should catch up quickly. Perez is all over us. We have to hold him off here.
Gap ahead is 7.2 seconds.
As of course things have changed for F1 22, about the new layout in the game. Perez on the charge here. He'll have the DRS to his advantage. That Red Bull is just as fast as we are. Weave around trying to break the toe. Perez right on that bumper is practically pushing us there through the down the straight. Now I'm going to look to the left hand side. He could have looked earlier, to be honest. We wouldn't have lost as much momentum. We're going to outbrake him, similar to how we did with Sainz. He's still down our outside, so we have to use this curve on the inside to our advantage, get through and away from him, and there we go, back up into P6. So we've got a couple more cars that need to pit, so we should get a place up to their Bottas needs to come into pits. I see that's one of the Aston Martin, I'm assuming that's Sebastian Vettel needs to pit as well. They come into pits, and in the midpoint lap 11, we're back up into 4th place. Still defending from Perez and Sainz though, coming at us at a rate of knots here. Perez might go for a move, a very late move at that. We're out the ERS completely there. We've gone way deep into turn number 11, so we have to recover that quickly and keep in front of Perez for the time being. But regardless, though, still in 4th place at the moment. That's what's important at this stage. On to lap number 12 here, and once again, Perez and Sainz right there within 3 or 4 tenths of us, and have a great run down this DRS straight. We'll go 3 abreast into the corner here, and this can't end well for everyone here. Making our way through, guys, trying to outbrake them as best we can, but they also go very late. Sainz over the curb there, hits us. Perez backs out, and then Sainz backs out as well. We had no choice but to fall behind us here. We're getting a couple of tenths out of that. Pushing on now, it's the last lap of the Grand Prix. Sainz and Perez still right there with us. We've got a decent little train behind for things. At the back of which is our teammate Daniel Ricciardo. I haven't seen much of him over the course of this Grand Prix, which is unfortunate. Sainz goes around our outside there, went a bit wide through turn number 6. But Sainz is trying to switch back now, doesn't quite make it, but he's had a DRS to his advantage. He's already right on our tail, so have to use every last bit of battery we have in order to keep him behind and hold on to this 4th spot in the closing stage. The Sainz on our right hand side is into the corner now, he draws alongside and gets past us, we're no longer level, and now outbrake him again into the corner, and we're still holding on to P4. Sainz goes a little bit wide, allows Perez to try and make a move around the outside, doesn't quite make it. Sainz stays in front of him, we stay in front of Sainz. We have one more go at us down this DRS straight for the final time down towards turn number 11. There goes Sainz, looks inside, takes P4 and tries to go late on the brakes once more, keeping ourselves in it. We managed to stick the nose in, to squeeze him through the chicanes there, and that should be us holding on to P4 for this last lap. Right then, so coming to the end now of the Grand Prix. Look at that, the turbochargers, you briefly saw it, can't take much more. Sainz going to run the outside if he can. Verstappen wins the Grand Prix. Verstappen wins on the night, but Perez overall wins the championship. We're going to be leading the world champion home in the last couple of corners here, coming towards the end of what has been a thrilling series of driver career that's spanning 32 episodes, a season in F2 and a season in F1. We came away with the championship in F2, we came away with a victory in F1, and we're going to close out the last race of the series in P4, just off the podium, but a satisfying result nonetheless.
That's it, what a season. Great work this year, really great work. It's been hard at times, but we've come through.
It's been a roller coaster season then, but they can go into the winter with their heads held high after an emphatic victory here today. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection, a shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win.
So up front then, well distance away from us, Verstappen wins the race, then Hamilton in 2nd place and Charles Leclerc in 3rd. Almost very accurate to real life 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix podium, where we had Sainz in 3rd place and Charles Leclerc. We come home P4, a decent result, but it's a shame we couldn't push further towards the front at the end of the day.
That lead at the top of the table has shrunk somewhat today. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
I'll probably go for Pierre Gasly. The team did a good job with the strategy to put him in amongst the pack, but it's the driver's job to capitalise on those opportunities, and he did so with a lot of skill.
And it's another title in the bag for Red Bull. After a long and hard-fought season, they built an astonishing car this year, and the glory they'll be taking back to Milton Keynes is fully deserved. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
So in terms of the rest of the top 10, we came in 4th, Perez in 5th place, Sainz in 6th, Vettel 7th, Yuki Tsunoda 8th, Pierre Gasly 9th, and Daniel Ricciardo picks up the last points of the series in 10th place. So all in all, not too bad a day. 13 points for McLaren, that'll keep us in front of Ferrari, just about in the Constructors' Championship. In terms of drivers, we finished the season 19 points clear of Ricciardo in 6th place, so definitely a great second half resurgence. Perez wins the championship by 11 points to Verstappen. Hamilton beats Bottas to finish in 3rd place. In terms of constructors, Red Bull won it a few races ago. Mercedes come in 2nd, and we beat Ferrari to take 3rd. So overall, a triumphant season. McLaren finish in 3rd place for the 2nd season in a row. So overall, very good results there. Moving on now to driver acclaim again, a little bit more there, about halfway through level 12, and we should get a bit more in the end of season driver acclaim stats. So that is the end of the first and only season of F1 2021 driver career. I do hope you've enjoyed watching them as much as I have enjoyed making them. If you've been there since the start, much appreciated when we were doing it in F2. Of course, that first F2 episode, the first episode of the series, remains the most popular video by a long mile on the channel. So hopefully for F1 22 we'll be able to get some more views like that. And there's our season complete recap. 1 win, 1 pole position, 140 points, and 6th in the championship. So all in all, not too bad a season, and not too bad a way to kick off to end the series and bring about F1 22. So guys, the episode of the Prodigy will be out later tonight, the final episode of the series. If not tonight, tomorrow morning. So look forward to that as part of this double finale. So thank you guys once again so much for watching this whole series. I really do appreciate it. There'll be a playlist link below if you want to watch the whole thing all the way through, in case you want to binge back and watch some of these older ones. So until then, you guys, I shall see you in my next video, and look forward to F1 22 coming out tomorrow. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you later.